We are the binary breakers, and this is Hero Zero. So, what is Hero Zero? Basically, it's our version of a text generating AI model that will create a superhero and its backstory. Users actually have the ability to prompt your model with certain things, but more on that later. For now, I'll hand it off to Carly.
Hi, so who can benefit from this product? This product can make random and fun stories for whenever the user feels bored. The randomly generated aspect of the stories will add to their uniqueness. So we were thinking that this product could be used by writers. Because it can generate unconventional stories, it can be a resource for inspiration. Writers would be able to use these ideas for long-term projects like script or movie writing, or they could just be used as prompts for a short story. And it's the same for artists. We were thinking that artists would also be able to use this product to generate drawing ideas. For example, if they want to illustrate something, but are not good at writing characters, this product would be useful for them. And in addition to those things, we hope that kids and teens will be able to use this product for entertainment and that it will be able to inspire creativity in them. And we have this quote by Ursula Le Guin: "The creative adult is the child who survived." We hope that people will use this website and be reminded of this when they use it. Yeah, and now we're going to introduce our team, the Binary Breakers.
I'm Andrew. I live in Illinois, and I work mostly on training the model.
I'm Elizabeth. I live in California, and I worked a lot on the front end and graphic design.
Hi, I'm Gus. I live in Florida, and I worked on a lot of the writing for this project and also general stuff in the back and front end.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I live in New Jersey, and I worked primarily on the front end design and web development of our project.
Hey, I'm Connor. I live in Arizona, and I helped with both the front end and the back end development of this website.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm from Maryland, and I wrote a lot of things for this website and did some of the front end development.
Okay, so now moving on to our process and how we made this project. So for the model, we used GPT-Neo because it was available on Hugging Face, it was really easy to train, and it already had pre-training on the English language and text completion. Neo is very intuitive, which given our time constraints and limited knowledge of AI, was very important to us because it allowed us to learn how to use the model quickly and also effectively. The main reason why we use Neo, though, is because of the availability and compatibility with Hugging Face, which allowed us to easily implement the system onto our website.
In terms of the data we used, we found our dataset on Kaggle.com, which contained the names, the real names, backstories, and other information of about 1,400 superheroes. Now, obviously, we had to pre-process all of this data to remove null or overly long values, and we slightly modified it by adding "this superhero's name is" to the beginning of each backstory. This was in an effort to hopefully normalize our data and make it easier for our model to train.
We tried training the model with a bunch of different combinations of settings. One of the parameters, the learning rate, we basically just chose at random. We went through 4 different learning rates and tried them all. One number in particular had slightly better results than the other, so we just went with that. We originally trained it while testing learning rates for 5 epochs, meaning it cycled through the data 5 times. And once we chose the learning rate, we upped it to 50. But that actually didn't help because after the 5th epoch, it reached its peak and then just started degrading. So we just went with the 5 epochs and the learning rate we chose. That took about 3 hours on our full data set. And that's the version that we used for the website. But we were also able to eke out like a lower quality version with a smaller slice of the data set in 15 minutes.
So yeah, there were definitely many challenges that came up throughout this project. The first issue was with the data set. Of course, we had to pre-process the data, and then we added a few sentences at the beginning so that the model would work with user input. The data set was also very long, so Google Colab, which is the IDE, I guess you could say, that we used to train the model would have memory issues if the data was too long. So we had to greatly shorten the data set for better performance. There's also several problems with uploading this model to this website. The model's on Hugging Face, which is the API we use to get the inference API to get it to work with Flask, ultimately onto this website. The models on Hugging Face were underperforming at first, so we had to test many different settings before we got decent results. And even after we attached to this website, we had many problems with uploading files and uploading these images. And then at one point, Replit also just prevented the website from launching entirely, so we had to move this whole project onto another REPL. There are certainly many more minor challenges, but that's about all of the major challenges along the way of this project. And by the end, we did manage to overcome all these challenges. And then we have this for you.
Okay, so now that we've seen how we made it, why don't we give it a try? So how do we use this? First, we can give our superhero a name. So can somebody give me a name in the chat? Any name of the superhero. It doesn't have to be real, you can make it up.
Bruce Wayne.
Oops. Superhero's real name, that's optional, but I think we should leave it up to the model. And as to the response length, you can make it long or shorter, but let's make it a little shorter just for the sake of not waiting as long. So maybe around 200 is fine. When we click generate, we wait a minute. It can take a second. Okay, so here's what it comes up as. This, I'll read some of it, not all of it. The superhero's name is Bruce Wayne, born in 1945, the son of a wealthy industrialist named Charles Xavier and his wife Catherine Mary Anchez, as well as the late John Gray. Bruce was raised by his mother when he was young. He had an affair with her, during which he killed him after being abusive to both at one point and another, while he was still under the age of 18. So as we see, it's kind of like a mess, but I do think that this is gonna help it. Like, if it doesn't make sense, it makes the person who reads it have to make sense of it. So it can spark a little more creativity because it doesn't make sense. We also have a very cool feature, the feedback button. Thumbs up or thumbs down. I think we like this. Say, we like this. If we submit it, we have an email to which it will send, and we can see it. There it is, new positive feedback. And yeah.
All right, well, we have been the Binary Breakers with Hero Zero. We love making this project, and we hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did.
Yeah, a round of applause for Binary Breakers, please.